Hey Nash, what should we make?
I've been seeing lots of people make that viral doner kebab recipe and it looks delicious. Let's make that.
All right, let's make the viral doner kebab recipe. Or is it doner kebab? Or doner kebab? Whatever it is, let's make it. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen, where sometimes we try viral recipes to see if they're really worth making. So there's been a viral recipe for this doner kebab, I'm not sure. Doner sounds the most fancy, the other two sound like the Donner Party or an organ donor. So anyways, it's an easy way to make this stuff at home. Daya's done it, Liam's done it, and Ahmad's done it. So we gotta try it and see if it's really that good. So that's the plan, and without further ado, let's go. So we start by rough chopping a few onions. Then we want to turn these onions into like an onion paste. So I'm just gonna throw these into a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you could potentially use a blender. However, blender, you might need to add water to actually get it to blend, and water tends to be the enemy of flavor. So I would highly recommend using a food processor. However, if it's blender or nothing, use a blender. Use what you got. Don't not do something or not try a recipe because you don't have one little thing that's probably not gonna change the outcome all that much. So then we put this on here and we go ahead and chop it into paste. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Then we take out a big ass bowl. Then to this bowl we add 2 pounds of ground meat. I'm using ground beef, but I guess technically it could be beef or lamb if we're going for the doner kebab. If we're going more gyro, it could be chicken. Honestly, use whatever you want. It'll probably work. I don't know. My mom, not a huge fan of ground beef, so I was thinking about I might try this recipe with turkey and see if it works. Anyways, if I do, I'll let you know. Then we add in our onion paste. It's an onion smoothie. Isn't that just what you crave in the morning, an onion smoothie? Onion's a funny one because it makes most food better, but like I don't want to drink onion juice. I don't want an onion smoothie. And then it said 4 heaping tablespoons. A tablespoon is ½ an ounce. A heaping tablespoon, I mean, if it's heaping enough, it's roughly double that, so about an ounce. I'm just gonna call it 4 ounces or ½ a cup of Greek yogurt. Yeah, that looks about right. And then the last part is your spices. Again, use whatever spices you want. This is your dish. You're making it for you and your family or whatever. But if you wanna go with technically a doner kebab, I think it's Turkish. So I'm gonna go by kind of stuff that's kind of Turkish-ish. Does that even make sense? No. So we're gonna go with some paprika, some cumin, some red pepper flakes, some oregano, and some salt and pepper. Then we just get this all mixed up, and again, use a spoon if you want. But if you're not shy, you know, your hands are a lot of times the best mixing tool, especially for when you're mixing essentially mush like this, or a filling for like jalapeno poppers. It just works. But you know, if you're shy and you don't like it, or the ASMR of it all is a little too much for you, then use a spoon. It'll just take longer and it won't work as well, but that's okay. You do you, boo. So then we just get this all mixed up into a delicious reddish grayish meat paste. At some point, because I forgot to mention it earlier, you want to preheat your oven to 400. That's if you're using Freedom units. Apparently, if you're using Celsius, for my UK friends or whatever, I guess that's about 200. I think that's roughly, it's not exact, but I think that's roughly correct. And then we can clean our disgusting meat paste hands. Oh, but don't you worry, we're gonna get those hands meat pasty again before you know it. Then we take out some parchment paper. Will you cooperate better this way? That'll work. If your parchment paper isn't cooperating and you want it to sit nicely in the bottom of a sheet pan or something, you can always crumple it up and then uncrumple it, and then it should do a lot better. At least it won't roll. So, fun fact. So from here, the idea is to take our meat paste and spread it onto this parchment super thin. So it's actually gonna take a few of these, and then we'll go from there. The other way to do it is to take some meat paste, throw it on here, put another piece of parchment on top, and then you can use like a rolling pin or a wine bottle bottle or a pan and just whack it. Use whatever you want. But basically, we're trying to get a thin layer. So take some of this. I'm just going to use my hands. That's the mood I'm in. You know, just it's mood dependent, let's be honest. And you want it as thin as you can get it, basically. But you know, we don't want any like holes. So we just sort of do this. As far as shape goes, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be thin. Thin is more important than perfect. And then when we have something kind of resembling the parchment paper, then we just apparently take this and we, I guess, just create a little fold at the beginning and then just kind of roll it up as tightly as you possibly can. Ooh, this is actually helping to flatten out any of those areas that weren't that flat. And then we take out a baking sheet. Now the original recipe, and I've seen a lot of people do it this way with just into the baking sheet, but then the recipe also called for draining it halfway through because you don't want the meat cooking when it's sitting in a bunch of juice because it's, you know, the fat and everything's gonna drain. So I'm putting it on a rack in a pan, and then we take out another piece of parchment paper and we wash, rinse, and repeat until, and it may take 2 or 3 or shoot, in the original video, I think the guy's like 5 or 6, so I don't know what he's doing, but repeat until all your meat's gone. Got our meat all done. Now I'm just going to cut the tops off of a few heads of garlic. This garlic has seen better days, so my apologies. But again, this is for me, so I didn't buy fresh garlic. If you're making this for yourself and you don't care, do the same. If you're making it for other people and you're trying to impress them, maybe buy fresh. I don't know. I'm just showing you how to do it. And then we are also going to rough chop a few tomatoes. And then we bring our meat sheet back. Now this is totally separate. What I just did, this wasn't in the original video, but I saw a few people do this and I like the idea. So I'm just gonna put our rough chopped tomatoes in here and we're going to put our garlic in here. And then I'm just gonna hit these guys with a little bit of, whoop, that was probably too much. A little bit of oil. Drizzle, Tim, drizzle, drizzle. No excess is necessary. A little bit of salt. You gotta season everything at every step, you know? Doesn't need to be excessive, just a little bit. Just a little bit of pepper. And then the recipe calls for baking this at our 400 or 200 for our European friends for 20 minutes and then drain the liquid and then another 15. That's for if you're not using a rack. I'm thinking with a rack, we don't need to drain because it's all gonna collect in the bottom and we're still getting airflow underneath, so it's not sitting in its own juices. So I think if you use a rack, and I'm gonna try this out, I'll check it a little earlier, but I think we throw this into the oven at 400 for 35 minutes. Off we go. And here's our guys right out of the oven. So we'll take tomatoes out, remove our garlic here. We take our 2 guys. Look at that. Oh yeah, looks good. Just break this guy up a little bit. Then you wanna hit it with some lemon juice. I don't have any lemons right now, so I'm just using this stuff. And then we take this once it's broken up and we got the little lemon juice on there. Turn your oven on to broil and throw this in there for a few minutes just to crisp it up. Then here's our guys, all nice and crispy, but still hot AF, so we're gonna let these cool. And while that's cooling, we're gonna make a little bit of sauce. So we take a little bit of tzatziki or tzatziki or tzatziki, as Liam might put it. All right, then we take our garlic that we threw in there and we see if it roasted like it should have. Pretty good, yeah, not bad. We've got some definite sort of roasted garlic paste going on here. Then we take that roasted garlic, mix it up with our sauce. Then we make a roasted garlic tzatziki. So then we take out some of our pita bread. We'll lay down a little bit of our sort of garlicky tzatziki sauce, or however you pronounce it. I don't know, I give up. And we layer in a bunch of our meat, a few of our tomato pieces here, and then a little bit of red onion and maybe some cucumber. And we take this guy, throw some foil down, roll him up, and there we have our viral doner kebab wrap, or whatever it's actually called. And it's time for a bite. Cheers. All I can say is the hype is real. This is delicious. I feel like you could make it with pretty much any kind of ground meat and kind of any sort of seasoning that you wanted. I mean, I kept it sort of true to form. However, make this and do it however you want, and it's freaking delicious. It's pretty easy. It comes together real quick, and you can make dinner for the family, dinner for you and your significant, whatever. Do whatever you want. This recipe slaps. It's delicious. Go make it. Out of 10? And hey, that's what I think. But let's see what Nash thinks. Hey, bud, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Submitted all my paperwork to change the law so I can run for mayor. I guess now we just wait.
Well, check it out. We made this viral doner kebab recipe that you wanted. And of course, we made you a dog-friendly version. Well, here you go. What do you think?
Well, color me impressed. That's amazing. I was on the fence from just seeing the videos, but that one is legit, and I'll definitely have some more.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
I don't measure someone's success by how high they climb, but by how high they bounce when they hit the bottom.
Nash approves, I approve. Look, this viral recipe actually does work. Go make it. It's freaking amazing. I got no notes, really. Like I said, customize it, make it your own. But other than that, it's good to go. And hey, thank you so much, all of you, for watching. Really appreciate you all. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second, go like, share, hype, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. And hey, if you like this video, go check out some of our other cool videos somewhere around here. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.